My fiancé of 7 years is my best friend. I'm betraying him for a stranger on the internet. I was a chubby girl most of my life, with my highest weight being 215, and my fiancé Tim was heavy too. Even though our relationship felt devoid of passion, he was my best friend. And so we lived together for 5 years. It was more like 2 roommates living together than a couple. I don't think Tim was ever intimately attracted to me. Every time I would try to engage in any sort of romantic activity, I was rejected. It hurt. Another problem I had was Tim would threaten to unalive himself if I expressed the idea of breaking up. He would tell me he would blow his brains out. So I stayed with him, believing him. I started losing weight and getting attention from men. Something I never had, so it was exciting for me. But nothing ever stood out to me. I used to stay up late and drink wine, paint and listen to podcasts while Tim was in the garage drinking beer. So I was alone much of the night. I decided one night I wanted to learn a language in my spare time, Spanish to be exact. So I researched options on how to learn and practice Spanish. I decided to download some language apps. I'm online chatting with many Spanish speakers, receiving a medium amount of messages. I remember scrolling through new messages and a name caught my eye, Mohammed. So I clicked it to a message of "Hey, how are you?" The profile picture was of a black-headed man, wearing oversized sunglasses. I couldn't really tell what he looked like, but I could tell he wasn't ugly. Even though his language was Arabic, which I had no intention of learning, I wrote him back. A few hours later, we started chatting back and forth. He was a Libyan, living in Manhattan. His mother was a diplomat, and he was a journalist. We decided to exchange WhatsApp IDs. He starts sending me photos of himself. Curly black hair, big brown eyes, caramel skin, muscular body with a six-pack. I was shocked at his beauty. But what shocked me more was he thought I was pretty. So we said goodbye for the night, and I went to bed. I felt guilty talking to another man, one who could be catfishing me for all I knew. I just couldn't get him off my mind. So every day we would text and video chat all day long. I was starting to fall for this stranger on the internet. We had a connection, and he gave me the attention I so desired. After months of talking, we decided that we loved each other even though we never met. I began to tell my coworkers that I loved a Muslim Arab named Muhammad and we are going to spend our lives together. Most rolled their eyes, or attempted to talk me out of it. He is a terrorist, he wants a green card, he is not who he says he is, you are engaged to someone else. But none of them believed I would ever leave Tim and be with Muhammad. I was honest with Muhammad that I was with Tim. He knew my situation, and we talked about what to do. We decided that I would leave Tim, then fly to New York to meet Muhammad. So I told people at work, because I had to arrange to get the days off. One thing I didn't mention was Tim's brother, James, worked at the hospital I was employed at. Skip ahead a few weeks, I planned on leaving Tim a certain day while he was at work and I was off. So I woke up, texted him we need to talk. No response for the next few hours. I'm packing and my phone rings and it's him, crying. How could you leave me? I love you so much. My heart sank, he found out. I had this speech I planned out to give him to let him off gently, but I never expected him to find out another way. Please don't leave me, I'm coming home now. I love you so much, please don't leave. I can't believe my brother heard you were leaving me, you weren't going to tell me? He said with tears in his eyes. Tim, we are like roommates. I'm miserable, I'm so sorry. I'm not happy. I'll never find someone like you, Sandra. I'm sorry, I'm leaving. And that was officially one of the worst moments of my life. I was a cheater, liar, and I didn't have the guts to be honest.